Good afternoon, wrestling fans, and welcome to the latest edition of Wrestle Talk Show. I'm your host, Joshua Zimmerman, here to bring you the latest and greatest professional wrestling news, bits, rumors, ins and outs, anything and everything wrestling, we cover it. Today we have the Raw recap for you. I'm going to be doing that off the top of my head as I DVR'd it and rewatched some of the strong points. TNA's Destination X PPV was 2 nights ago. We'll bring you complete coverage of that, match-by-match coverage, some Wrestle Talk Show updates, and news that you guys will be excited to hear about. All this and much more. Hello again, guys, and welcome to another episode. Like we always do, we want to thank you for your participation in watching this show. Thank you for your subscriptions. If you'd like to learn how you can help the show, visit either youtube.com/CWE Company or WrestleTalkShow.webs.com. And there you can interact with the online forum, support the show, either word of mouth, via PayPal, tell your friends, helping by subscribing to our channel, becoming a subscriber. Definitely helps. You'll learn more about that as I give you the show information. And let's open with that, as we usually do. We usually do ratings, but as of 12:30, I could not find the, shouldn't say 12:30, 12:45. The ratings had not yet posted. So let's give you some Wrestle Talk Show updates. Via our YouTube channel has seen 9,270 hits worldwide. So we want to thank our friends all here and all around the world. Our strongest demographic, our strongest audience comes from the United States, but Germany, United Kingdom, China, all those play a factor in supporting the show. And like I said, you subscribing, you telling a friend, commenting on each video that you comment on helps me come up with new material, and also lets me know that my message, my show means something to you guys. So again, thank you very much. Getting right into it, the male demographic accounts for 87% of our audience today, while the female demographic comes in slightly stronger than usual, holding 13% of our total audience. Breaking it down by age group, the 18 to 24-year-old male-female demographic accounts for 20% of our total audience. And reminder that YouTube updates these every 24 hours. 25 to 34-year-old demographic makes up 35% of our total audience. And 35 to 44, which has been strong the last couple weeks, only accounts for 15% of our total audience in the last 24 hours. From the last time we gave you a subscriber update, I believe we were at 40 some, and now we have 52 committed subscribers. So again, thank you guys. If you haven't already, refer a friend, youtube.com/CWE Company. While you're there, remember to like the video, comment on the video. If you don't like the video, tell me that too. I go over all the videos that I get bad feedback from and figure out what the problem is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you every show is going to be a blockbuster, but I do my best. But by default, people aren't going to like everything that we put out, just like if I was watching something. Basically, not every episode is going to be golden, so thanks for giving some breathing room and understanding that. Top countries to our channel include the United States, which accounts for 86.7% of our core audience, along with Germany and the United Kingdom, each holding 6.7% of the total audience. Moving on, and again, thank you guys. Moving on, let's get into your wrestling news and rumors. After Raw went off the air last night, John Cena made a few references to the Red Sox, Bruins, Yankees promo and challenged CM Punk to the advertised Punk vs. Cena street fight. Punk came back out from the entrance and Cena met him on the outside. Bonus dark match, WWE Champion John Cena beat CM Punk in a street fight. They fought on the outside for a while before Punk took a mic and congratulated Derek Jeter for 3,000 hits than himself while hitting Cena with the mic. Punk had the advantage and began ripping monitors out of the announce table before Cena hit Punk back with a mic. Back in the ring, Punk hit Cena in the back with a chair. Punk did a lot of taunting to Cena's dad and wife, who were sitting ringside for the night. Eventually, Cena's dad hit Cena in the face, sending him into the ring. Cena then covered... This might be a typo on my part. Cena's dad hit Punk, sending him into the ring. Cena then covered him for the 3 count and the win. Yes, that was a typo on the report I got. Tag team request release from TNA during the Destination X pay-per-view. Generation Me, aka the Young Bucks, asked for the release from TNA on Sunday. Max Buck announced on Twitter Monday. Gen Me, which represented the X Division on TV the past few months leading to the Destination X pay-per-view, lost to the comedy duo of Eric Young and Shark Boy at the pay-per-view. Max Buck, aka Matt Jackson, posted on his Twitter page Monday, "Want you to hear it from us first. Yesterday we asked for our release. Special thanks to TNA and the fans for a wonderful experience. Great experience, but definitely time to move on to something new. So much to say, but I'm gonna sit and let this all digest for a while." Jackson hinted at the news on Sunday night when he changed his Twitter account to his Young Buck handle. Also, Jackson posted Monday morning, quote, "Headed home. See you some other time, Orlando." Jackson did not state a reason for parting ways with TNA. The Young Bucks are based out of California, which made travel difficult heading across the country to Orlando, Florida for TNA pay-per-views and tapings. Former WWE superstar Fit Finlay discusses events that led to him being fired from the company. Former WWE wrestler and talent agent Finlay addressed the reported circumstances that led to WWE firing him earlier this year in an interview with Fighting Spirit magazine, which with excerpts printed by the United Kingdom Sun. Finlay recalled instructing a technician to play the Miz's music during the United States national anthem at a house show in March, which upset U.S. military personnel in attendance. Quote, "So my spur-of-the-moment call, as I sat right by the technician, was to tell him to hit Miz's music while they were halfway through the national anthem," Finlay said. Quote, "Of course, people were up in arms about it, but it was a good reaction as a heel. But there were National Guard people in the building that took exception to it, and I understand that fully." Quote, "It wasn't intended to insult anybody in that way. It was just part of an entertaining show. That's what we do. We entertain. It's about cheers and boos." Also excerpted from this interview is Finlay discussing his time as a women's wrestling agent. TNA and Spike TV issue a press release announcing 3 locations for TV tapings outside of Orlando. On Monday, TNA and Spike TV officially announced 3 Impact Wrestling TV dates on the road over the next 3 months. Thursday, August 25th in Huntsville, Alabama. Wednesday, September 21st in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Wednesday, October 26th in Macon, Georgia. Now your TNA Destination X pay-per-view results. This is the pay-per-view that occurred this past Sunday. Your first match was Kazarian versus Samoa Joe. I'm going to give you brief conclusions to all the matches, how the matches ended. It's not blow by blow or we'd be here forever. Joe started arguing with ref Earl Hebner, who tried stealing the spotlight, arguing with Joe. The argument gave Kaz an opening to quickly roll up Joe for the 3 count out of nowhere. Post-match, the camera zoomed in on Joe, frothing at the mouth and selling shock over the loss. Kaz was shown ringside, satisfied with a win by the skin of his teeth. They went to a replay of the high points in the match. Your winner is Kaz after 11 minutes and 19 seconds of wrestling. Second match, Douglas Williams with the British Invasion versus Mark Haskins. The crowd popped when Williams teased the Chaos Theory, but Haskins escaped and executed a Diamond Cutter / RKO for a near fall. Haskins tried to follow with a top rope move, but slipped. The crowd booed. Then he went up to the top again and missed with a shooting star press. Williams followed right up with a roll-up for the win. Post-match, Williams started to leave the ring, but returned to the ring to shake Hawkins' hand. Williams picks up the win after 7 minutes and 42 seconds. Your next match, TV champion Eric Young and Shark Boy versus Generation Me. Suddenly, Young was in a different outfit, which inspired Shark to break free and hot tag Young. The action broke down and Jeremy hit a combination of moves on Shark to clear him to the outside. Max scored a close near fall on Young back in the ring. Then the action broke down inside the ring again. Young then hit a wheelbarrow jawbreaker of sorts on Max, and it was good for the win. Your winners are Young and Shark after 7 minutes and 22 seconds of action. Next up is Robbie E. with Cookie versus Alex Shelley versus Shannon Moore versus Amazing Red in an Ultimate X match, #1 contender match to the X Division title. Moore got to the middle and stepped down to the center of the crisscrossed cables to stomp Red down to the mat. Shelley finally escaped Cookie and reached the middle to kick Moore down to the mat. Shelley sat on the X and unhooked it, which gave him the win. Winner Shelley after 10 minutes and 37 seconds to become the #1 contender for the X Division title. Next up, Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn in the 5th match of the night. Lynn rolled RVD back into the ring, then picked up a steel chair on the floor. Hebner reprimanded him, who teased using it before they did a spot where Lynn countered RVD's counter to leg drop RVD into the chair. Lynn scored a 2 count and RVD came up bleeding from the forehead. Lynn then grabbed another chair as the camera zoomed in on RVD having a cut on his eyebrow. They set up another chair spot where Lynn executed a sunset flip bomb that sent RVD into the chair for a 2 count. That was Lynn's last gasp as RVD came back with a roundhouse kick, sending the chair into Lynn's face. RVD followed right up with the 5-star frog splash for the pin and the win. Your winner is RVD after 16 minutes and 52 seconds of action. Your 6th match of the night, Austin Aries versus Zema Ion versus Low Key versus Jack Evans, 4-way TNA contract match. Evans called for the 630 splash, but Ion knocked him off the top. Ion then nailed a 450 splash on Low Key, but Aries broke up the pin. Evans then tried a 630 splash on Key, but Key got his knees up. Aries followed with lightning kicks on everyone before dropping Key with a brainbuster suplex. Aries made the cover and it was good for the win. Aries gets the contract. Post-match, the crowd chanted "Sign them all" as Aries' music played, and they went to a replay of various high points in the match. Your winner and contract holder to a TNA deal is Aries after 13 minutes and 32 seconds of action. Next up, X Division Champion Abyss versus Brian Kendrick, X Division title match. On cue, Eric Bischoff strutted down the ring to boos. Bischoff shouted at Kendrick that he should fire him. Kendrick acted tormented, then landed a right hand that floored Bischoff. Suddenly, Immortal stormed the ring. Some X Division scrubs then hit the ring and Bully Ray started throwing haymakers. Immortal easily cleared the ring before Kendrick found himself alone in the ring. The next wave of X Division scrubs then hit the ring, ending the temporary feuds that were made up for the show. Eventually, Abyss and Kendrick were left alone in the ring. Kendrick scored a quick roll-up, and Hebner counted a 3 from outside the ring to give Kendrick the win. Your winner is Brian Kendrick after 10 minutes and 16 seconds of wrestling action to capture the X Division title. And your main event, your main event, AJ Styles versus Chris Daniels. At the 27-minute and 30-second mark, Daniels went up top, but Styles crouched him. Styles then attempted a superplex, but Daniels blocked and set up for a super Angel's Wings. Styles backdropped Daniels to the mat, though, and positioned himself for a spiral tap, which the crowd chanted for. Styles connected, centering, and made the cover to pick up the win over Daniels. Borash said it was the very move Styles used to become the first ever X Division champion over 9 years ago. Your winner after 28 minutes and 28 seconds of wrestling is AJ Styles. And your pay-per-view concludes with Abyss saying that Hardcore is my life to hype up Hardcore Justice, the upcoming TNA pay-per-view in August. And let's move on to our show plugs and partners of our show and friends of our show. If you haven't already, tonight, SmartWrestlingFan.com with host Joe Negron and Dishband do a week-to-week 3-hour recap of the week in pro wrestling. That is 6 Central, 9 Eastern, and I encourage all of you to watch it live, as week to week there's usually 30 minutes to an hour of extra content that is usually edited once the podcast is put on Smart Wrestling Fans podcast site. They edit out some of the material and different stuff. It's just better to watch it live. The address again is smartwrestlingfan.com with Joe Negron and Australian native Dishband. Our friends at the PW Torch, Wade Keller and James Codwell, pwtorch.com. Monday through Friday, they do an hour-long Torch live cast covering the happenings in pro wrestling. Some old, mostly new, mostly anything you want to talk about wrestling, everything seems to come up. That's pwtorch.com. Also, their sister site, if you're an MMA fan, MMAtorch.com. Check it out. And Jason Powell of ProWrestling.net does a weekly 45-minute free audio covering the latest in pro wrestling. Both PW and ProWrestling.net work together to bring you up-to-the-minute information of wrestling. So check out both their sites. And again, if you'd like to help us or like what you see here, watch the over 120 additional videos at youtube.com/CWE Company. While you're there, remember to subscribe to our channel, comment on each and every video in detail or briefly, send direct show emails to cwecompany@gmail.com, and to further help the site, visit the show's designated website, wrestletalkshow.webs.com. Once there, you can interact with the online forums, give your opinion on questions already posted, create your own question. This is completely interactive, and this is the point of the show. We want your voice as a wrestling fan to be heard, and your comments are what make for most of the material that's put into these shows. are to give you another update. I did look, one moment, yeah. I did look in our archive, and our anniversary show will be Thursday, August 18th, 2011. That is the 1 year anniversary of Wrestle Talk Show. Justin, to answer your question, your video did go out 2 days ago. I apologize for the delay. Things have been a little hectic. I did get your text message. The video went out 2 days ago. That is the 3-disc set, Decade of Decadence, the Edge's Greatest Matches. It's a great DVD. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And while you're on the Wrestle Talk Show website, wrestletalkshow.webs.com, remember to click on Support the Show and donate via PayPal, as little or as much as you want. But like we always say, we understand economic hardship. And if you cannot donate, the next best thing, and sometimes better than money, is word of mouth. Refer a friend. If you like what you hear now, watch the other videos. Comment on them all. There's over 121 videos there from our very beginning to where we are now. There's 2 pages of videos strictly for Wrestle Talk Show, starting from our format when we did the YouTube format of 15-minute videos to our recently updated format of having better webcam software and recording for as long as we want, sometimes being told the videos are too long. And if you've noticed, those are only special circumstances and there are points to be made. So WrestleTalkShow.webs.com, YouTube.com/CWE Company, direct email CWECompany@gmail.com. This is your wrestling for the night, and have a great evening, guys. Thank you for your viewership and your support, as always. And we shall see you Friday afternoon. I guess I'll do the Impact review Friday afternoon or Friday night leading into SmackDown. If not, it'll all be done Saturday morning, covering both Impact and SmackDown. Once again, guys, thank you. WrestleTalkShow.webs.com, YouTube.com/CWE Company. Thanks, guys.